Hello and welcome to Fostering Goodness. On this special episode, we bring you the highlights of the first Green Talks Social Enterprise Awards 2021. On this special episode today, we bring you a platform promoting social entrepreneurs in India by recognizing 5 organizations that are working towards promoting inclusive growth and contributing to bringing about a sustainable change in the society.
Today is an exceptional day for us, and today is what we would call a historic day in our history because we are out to do something that perhaps no company has ever done. It is a day where we are here to celebrate entrepreneurship. We are here to be able to celebrate sacrifice, and we are here to be able to celebrate the indomitable will of people. We are here to be able to see what despair means on one side. But we are also here to be able to see what hope means on the other side. We are here to be able to understand how people are giving up lucrative careers to be able to help so many of those that need help. With that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to invite on stage Mr. Gautam Adani. Let's give him a big hand.
A warm welcome to everyone. This is the first edition of the Adani Green Talks. Today, we are here to celebrate the passion and the achievement of 5 extraordinary social enterprises and to draw on their inspiration. Earlier this year, I spoke at the Thai Sustainability Summit. The summit focused on 2 essential themes driving the global conversations, sustainability, and digitizations. This year's event attracted an extraordinary 25,000 social enterprises, thereby setting an all-time record. The event was an eye-opener for me, as I had not fully realized just how many social entrepreneurs devote themselves to the difficult and often underappreciated but essential work of helping those that are less privileged. The 5 social enterprises we will hear from today were picked from this group. The Adani Green Talks intends to give social entrepreneurs a platform to help make this happen. I believe that in the additions to come, the Green Talks platform can benefit not only India, but the entire so-called Global South. Our intent is to build an open source innovation platform that becomes a unifying force and brings together the best of ideas from social enterprises across the developing world. Therefore, what I find most impressive about the 5 companies we are highlighting at this event is that they have the welfare of people at the heart of each of their missions. We are here today to celebrate the stories of innovation, to celebrate the choice these outstanding entrepreneurs have made to focus their energies and abilities on serving society. Therefore, I would like to announce today that the Adani Foundation has decided to institute the Adani Prize for Social Enterprise. Every year, the foundation will honor 5 social enterprises for their impact in India and other parts of the developing world. The winners of the Adani Prize will be chosen by a jury of an eminent personality across different fields, and we will distribute a total fund of up to rupees 5 crores to accelerate their progress on their projects. In closing, nurturing this hope is what social entrepreneurship is all about. Nurturing this hope is what growth with goodness is all about. Nurturing this hope, my friends, is what Green Talks is all about. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Welcome back. We continue our highlights from the Green Talk Social Enterprise Awards 2021.
We are here not just to celebrate individual stories of success, but to celebrate enterprises that aim to improve the lives of less privileged. One outstanding example of selfless dedication is a man who took on a social taboo that for centuries has defied change. Ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome Arunachalam Muruganandam, or as he is now known, Pad Man.
So she is my Miss Universe of my world, Santi. Then on a particular day, I saw Santi is carrying something here. She is trying to hide me, that what is carrying. Then I saw she is playing with me. I ran away behind her. I saw a nasty rag cloth with a lot of blood stain. But I know I watched in TV also. Then I asked the Santi, why you are adopting this unhygiene method? There is some product in shop. She replied like slapping on my cheek. She said, I also know about that, but myself, your sister, all women at our family start using that. We have to cut our family milk budget, she replied. See, I am talking about why you are not using hygiene product. She is connecting with the family milk budget. That's what I understood. Oh my God, it's a matter of affordability. On a particular day, I had the only idea, why not offer a sanitary pad packet as a gift to Santi? Now I took the packet. Then because of curiosity, I want to know what is inside. I opened the packet. Very first time I am touching a sanitary pad, I took out an 8-inch length white substance like a bandage. Then I bought a cotton web. I cut into rectangle. I made a similar napkin what I bought from the shop. Then I made napkins, 3-4 napkins. But where can I check? I need a women volunteer. The only available choice or victim is my wife Santi. Then I don't know about when the women getting menstruation, how it is happening. But everybody in the hall, even including myself, we feel we are very clever. We are very alike. Like that, I had an idea. In my small village, there is a goddess temple. Women used to assemble in front of temple every Friday. Only few will enter, rest they will wait outside. Out of it, I thought women are getting menstruation Friday. So then I selected a very good Friday to hand out the napkin to Santi. Then she opened the packet, gets shocked, oh my God, you are entering into this research. Then I giving a chocolate, I'm asking feedback, use it and give the feedback. She laughed, it's not like that, you have to wait for some time. Then only you know it is happening monthly once. Then the real research started. I am trying with different milk carton, making a napkin and hand overing to Santi, waiting for a month. It's a time-taking process. You just see the slide. Not only women in India using rag cloth, many part of India not even using a rag cloth. The women in India, they are using a sawdust, dry tree leaves, newspaper ash. You just see the consequences in the health. Only India, the country, the women are dying in the cancer, the uterus cancer, cervical cancer. Then I know the secret of raw material. Again, a struggle is coming. You need this multi-million-dollar machine to process raw material. That's why from day one, after 6.5 years, I made these machines. It is purposely made into simple. That's why it took time. Now I succeed in this on this machine. Any uneducated woman can apply the same raw material what they are using in multinational company. They can make world-class sanitary pad. But menstruation is not like day 1, day 2, day 3. It will differ to Rani, Lakshmi, Maheshwari. You need 500 million different packets in India. No company can pack 500 million different packets, but Muruga can do. That is innovation. Okay. So what I want to say, to reach this place, Johnson & Johnson or Procter & Gamble will take another 25 years. Muruga is already there. This is called successful rural marketing. So out of this, we created around 1,343 local brands. That brand successfully surveying again big multinational companies. It is created around $500 million revenue. And from the day one, I tried to build my organization on a social impact base. But I am not an NGO, something, Mother Teresa, nothing. I am a businessman. I am selling my machine. I am doing it for profit. Who knows, on next trip to Adani, I can fly my own on chopper. What's wrong in it? The measurable social impact created is so far 110,000 rural women got direct employment or livelihood is created, because livelihood means it's a non-failure model. Employable is problem, that's why later I talk. And you saw this guy, we become family friends. Later it became a film. So more than 85 million women shifted from unhygiene to hygiene method. And the vision is making, at least creating 1 million employment for rural women in India and making 100% napkin country. From current level of less than 10% is a cumulative achievement of independence India from 1947 to 2009. And not only India, I put my IPR rights as a open software like open domain. Anyone can access. It is working for 160 developing nations. It changed the world. So this is called a silent pink revolution. We are already present in these countries. And this is called pink revolution, truly made in India, very importantly by an Indian. Thank you very much.
Up next, we have Team Gen Robotics talking about what led them to make the world's first robotic scavenger.
the life is more beautiful and it will be so meaningful if we bring a good changes in others' life, right? Yeah, so that's what we are doing inside Gen Robotics. But then we started taking a lot of problem cases across our country, and we faced one issue, which is majorly, you can just check here, you will get it. So basically, we are so much advanced in the technology, everyone, even I'm just wearing a smartwatch, here I can control my phone, and you know how smartphones has taking care of our entire world. And apart from that, we are sending the spaceship to Mars and doing a lot of big stuff. But unfortunately, we are not able to stop sending a human just 10 feet below the ground. That we call it as manhole. So the robot name called Bandicoot. It is the world's first robotic scavenger which we created replace human being from entering to this manhole, because we can call it as a death hole, not as a manhole. Because if the man is entering, the death is sure. Even if you check last week's newspaper also, it is there. In Bhopal, 2 persons died, and if you check 2 weeks back, it is there. Every day we can see that. So we have created a robot which will enter into the manhole without any human intervention, and it will clean entire manhole just like in a better than or a human being. Because as the name indicates, the manhole, there is a lot of flexibility is required inside this manhole. Because from entering inside the manhole, they need to use their hands to take the wastes from the corners of this manhole, and from there they will put into the center, and then they will be putting into a bucket, and then they will be giving it to outside. So the same thing what we are doing is like, we are replicating with the robot. So here the robot having a robotic arm, which is like our human hand only, which can be extended to the corners of this manhole, and it will grab all the wastes from there, and it will put into the center, and then a bucket system which will take outside. But the good part is like, here everything that we can see from outside. There is a smart user interface is there, and there are IR enabled night vision cameras that we are also equipped with the robot, so that we can ensure that the operator can easily operate just looking on the smart user interface. We have created the smart user interface just alone with the support of Google. Why? Because we want to ensure that the robot is being operated by the sanitation worker, not by the other engineers or not by people like us. We want to ensure that, because when we are creating this robot, we have two visions majorly. One is anti-manual scavenging using the robot, and the second is rehabilitate the sanitation workers to robot operators. And right now we have implemented the robot across 14 states in our country, and we would like to implement across each and every cities in our nation, and thereby making a footstop for this manual scavenging. And what our whole vision is like, changing the entire 5 million manual scavengers to robot operators. Thank you.
So India like a big country, because India is not built by 100 metros. India is built by 600,000 villages. To scale up, poor mental hygiene, something to scale up. So such a platform is very important to cater almost all over India.
The Green Talks means it's given an opportunity or like giving a chance to spread the awareness. Also, not only spreading the awareness, but also it will give a platform to share about our technology across the world. because it is in one of the important thing, because if we create something a bigger way, and it should be reached to many people, because then only it will benefit for the people, and then only it will be dream come true moment will happen.
Welcome back to the first edition of Green Talks Social Enterprise Awards 2021. Up next, a 3D printed prosthetic hand which is proudly designed and made in India, yet providing solutions for over 50 countries in the world.
We take both our hands for granted all the time. Take one hand away even for a few seconds and life becomes very difficult just for that 10 seconds. One of my friend, his name is Jayant, and he has been missing his hand from birth. I decided it's time I ask him. So I went to him and asked him, Jayant, what happened? And he said, nothing. What are you talking about? I said, no, your hand, what happened to it? So he said, oh, nothing happened. It's like this since birth. And I said, you're not using a device? So he said, I went to camps, certain camps. I got one which just looked like a dummy hand. I couldn't do anything. I need to do something with it, otherwise it's dead weight. The other hand had a huge harness which needed to be fitted. It was heavy. So he said, my mother used to help me fit it at home. I'm here now and I can't, keep somebody to do that. And this kept going. We created a prototype. Now it was time to actually see if it worked. And what happened is, as you see, this prototype was a very basic form of a device, but when it was able to pick up that soft ball without crushing it, we knew, especially I knew, because this was what I wanted to achieve, I knew that this thing works. Now it again came to be used by Jayant. And in case of Jayant, he was missing a hand by birth, so I didn't know whether he would be able to use those muscles in the way we think he should. Anyways, we tied the device to him, and in those very first few seconds, he was able to pick up that bottle. And that spark in his eyes, that hope, that happiness in him, that is something which pushed me off the edge, saying, this is something we have to do, I have to do. That was the initial discussion. When we started checking out in reality how big was this problem, because we didn't want to keep it just to Jayant, we found 5 million people worldwide who are missing a hand. And in India, that number comes to 1.6 million. Only 4% people know about prosthetics. And from those 4%, only 35% are advised or fitted with one. What happens to the rest? It just seemed unfair that the others have no solution for them or they don't know about one. I'm proud to introduce to you Grippy. Grippy is inspired from nature. It's inspired from nature. It looks very similar to a real hand. It closes like a real hand. If I just want to shake my hand here, it will take the shape and it's not going to leave it. At the same time, it's not crushing my hand. And it does have sense of touch. So this is the first Indian semi-bionic hand with the sense of touch, and it's not available in any other device around the world. It's a certified product. Being a medical device, it's gone through all the testing it needs, and it's certified safe to be used. This is our beginning to touch the lives of 25 million people with any sort of hand problems. We seek your blessings to do that. And as one of our very key inspirators who pushed me in this direction to never stop innovating, he said, people are not broken. It's technology that's broken. We have to fix that technology. And to show you how we are doing that, I'm now going to invite a person who's not just close to us, but also a part of the Adani Parivar for the past 25 years. So I invite Mr. Chandrakant, please. Now my team here is going to install this device on him. He has just tried this device once in the past, and he's going to, the bottle that we tried to unscrew in the start, because he was missing a hand, he's now going to try to do that with the second hand we are giving him. Please.
सबसे पहले मेरा नमस्कार। मैं चंद्रकांत वजे। मैं इतना साल से हैंडीकैप था, लेकिन आज मेरे को इतना ऐसा लग रहा है कि मैं हैंडीकैप नहीं हूँ, कि आज मैं मेरे साथ मेरा पूरा परिवार मेरे साथ में है, और अदानी परिवार तो मेरे साथ है ही है। आज मैं पानी का बॉटल दूसरे हाथ से खोल सकता था, इतना साल से नहीं खोल पाता था, इसलिए सबका मैं आभारी मानता हूँ।
Up next, we have a social enterprise, iCure, that provides primary healthcare services in the communities that are hard to reach in India.
Imagine a situation that you are sick and you need to go to a doctor. Now imagine a situation that you need to wait for 5 to 7 hours to see the doctor. And imagine a situation wherein you need to walk for more than 20 to 25 kilometers. Sounds weird, right? This is the problem with more than 800 million people who are staying in the semi-urban and the rural areas in India. More than 80% of the population is being served with less than 20% of the doctors and the healthcare infrastructure. But do you know that Sundarbans has 105 islands, out of which 52 are inhabited, meaning that the people are staying over there. I visited in some of these islands, and when I was interacting with the community members, in this island, we have 35,000 people, and the number of doctors, 0. So introducing, we really figured it out that how is it possible to really help, because no matter how much of incentive we are giving to the doctors, they are not going to go in the villages. They want to come back because, of course, of the various other infrastructures are not there. So in this case, we have these frontline health workers who are actually none other than the members selected from the community, who can easily go, and then there is a comfort factor between the patient and the community health worker. In order to really scale, technology definitely has to become an enabler. But our aim was that how you would be able to integrate multiple devices seamlessly, so that the moment the data is captured on the ground by the health workers, the data is seamlessly captured onto the platform, and that is shared between the doctors. We are able to do diabetic retinopathy screening by using artificial intelligence. Do you know that for every 1 lakh people, we have only one retina specialist? And do you also know that because of many problems related to diabetic retinopathy, cataract, and glaucoma, because they are not screened at an early stage, they become blind, which is irreversible. We brought in aided telemedicine. Unlike a pure telemedicine platform, wherein a patient, let's say a 70-year-old person, is trying to speak with a doctor, and the patient says, I've got fever. The doctor says, how much? The patient says, I don't know, because I don't have any medical equipment or a thermometer. What kind of treatment do you think that the patient would be able to get from the doctor? In our case, we have aided telemedicine where they are able to go with the medic bags, they are able to capture all the vitals, enter the data into the platform, and then initiate the call between the patient and the doctor. And because of that, we were also adjudged as India's top 50 COVID-19 warriors by World Economic Forum. And we were fortunate that is it really possible that iCure can act as a platform by integrating an innovations that happens anywhere in the world. Let's say we work with McGill University, University of Michigan, MIT, Stanford, IIM Lucknow, IIM Calcutta, and many others, because our objective was that if there is any innovation anywhere in the world, that should be for the community in the last mile, and that has been our objective. Our objective is to target more than 200 million people in the next several years with your support for a better life, for a better world.
So first of all, in case of people with limb difference, the biggest problem is awareness. Only 4% of people know about prosthetics, and coming to a platform like this gives us that reach to spread this awareness and eliminate that problem first of all. Second, India has been dominated by imported devices for over 30-35 years, and it's time to change. That change is possible through this platform again.
India is a population of more than 1.3 billion people, and there are many areas wherein there are so much of social innovation which is happening, and I think such kind of a platform, Green Talks, can really showcase such innovation and talent wherein we would be able to penetrate into far-flung areas through this.
Welcome back. Lastly, we have Megha Gupta, the founder of Dharavi Marketplace, who is working towards providing skilled artisans access to the global market by selling their products online.
Right since childhood, I always wanted to do something meaningful, something which would have an impact. I, of course, didn't know what to do and how to go about it. Then Dharavi happened. Even though I always lived just 10 minutes away from Dharavi, I had never stepped in that maze of never-ending lanes. Dharavi was my urban planning project. For 6 months, I spent 12 hours a day understanding transport patterns, commute patterns, communication patterns of the locals there. I interacted with the craftsmen and saw their daily lives, understood their daily struggles. I also saw the incredible talent and skill they possess. I also bought some handcrafted goods made by them. I was very comfortable because of the research with the slum dwellers, and all notions of slums and slum dwellers being a liability to the society vanished. The accessories bought for personal use were liked by my family members, and they too wanted some. I wondered, if I ever wanted to buy these products again, I would never go shopping inside a slum. I wished these guys had a website where I could buy directly from them, give them a better price, and get handcrafted products delivered at my doorstep. The Flipkarts and the Snapdeals of the world were already doing it, so I knew that an ecosystem existed. That's when the light bulb lit. I realized that Dharavi needed its own website, which would give it access to the world. It would give the craftsmen an identity, dignity, better access to global markets, equal opportunity to grow, and also include them in the formal economy. Dharavi's story had to be obvious, and hence the website name dharavimarket.com. But little did I know that I had found my life purpose, my true calling of helping people live their life to the fullest and finding a simple solution to a mass problem. Dharavi has a population of more than 10 lakh people. 50,000 craftsmen alone living within a 2 square kilometer radius, and an estimated turnover of around US $1 billion. It still has no recognition as a manufacturing hub. No structured opportunity to grow, no access to credit, ample illiteracy, and no opportunity for any skill development. But in spite of all of these odds, in our 7 years, we've managed to sell more than 2 lakh products via B2B and B2C channels. We've managed to export it to 5 continents, introduced plant leather, made products for various companies like Tata's, Birla's, Ambani's, the Kerala government, and now even the Adanis. We've generated more than 3 crores of revenue. We've also managed to create more than 200 jobs every single year, increased the craftsman income by 30%, established Dharavi's own brand 90 Feet. We've introduced designers, we've participated in trade fairs, and even designed a skill development course for exports under our NGO Vaishwas Foundation. The journey has been a big roller coaster. In spite of all the challenges, Dharavi has been unstoppable. The pandemic gave us time to think and re-strategize. We have just begun our direct-to-consumer journey. We wish to receive your continued support and blessings and hope that we bring about the change we desire. Thank you.
We saw how social organizations are being sustainable, resilient, and innovative to deliver long-term value for the society. The first edition of the Green Talk Social Enterprise Awards also felicitated social entrepreneurs for the contribution towards encouraging a positive social impact in society. Next up, we have Preeti Adani, Chairperson, Adani Foundation, for the vote of thanks.
This has been a very emotional day for all of us. Emotional as well as stimulating. A day for optimism, even if we have had to face some really harsh truths about the many ways in which our society has struggled to make progress on multiple fronts. In this context, I want to thank the participants, entrepreneurs of Dharavi Market, iCure, Jaishri Industries, Robobionics, and Gen Robotics for their great service. I want to thank them for giving us an insight into their journeys, into the paths they've taken to arrive here today as entrepreneurs who make a hugely positive contribution to the society. I believe an open source platform on which social entrepreneurs across the developing world can come together, can compare and discuss ideas will truly be a very bold step. This will allow the effective marshalling and channeling of global expertise into making sure that the gap between those who have and those who do not is not widened any further. And this is what social entrepreneurship is all about. I also believe that the Adani Award for Social Enterprises, which Gautam announced today, will be an important step towards encouraging social entrepreneurs to dream big and to have the courage and confidence to be innovative. Because deep down, they will know that their ideas will be recognized as well as backed. Once again, I thank you all for being here, and I look forward to many more editions of the Green Talks. Thank you very much.
That brings us to the close of another special episode of Fostering Goodness, where we saw the highlights of the first edition of Green Talk Social Enterprise Awards 2021. Thank you for watching.
India is a place with a lot of problems, and I feel the problems they are mainstream problems, but they're not considered to be large enough to be taken up by by the most intelligent brains in the country. The problem solving should not be left to NGOs and activists. You know, we have to come together. Each one has its own strengths. While we might have courage and intention to do good, there are corporates who come with a lot of experience in organization and scaling. So it's important that both join hands together, and platforms like these give us an opportunity to bring out our story, and we just have to figure out how we can learn from each other and solve India's problems.
In our country, we see there are intelligent people, they have the skills and they have the will, but they don't have the ecosystem. So it's absolutely important that we create a platform to support such enterprises. We help them with the environment, with the funding, and also the visibility. And this it's not actually easy to leave lucrative jobs and a secure future and work for the society. It is really commendable that these people have left such professions and dedicated their lives to solve the social problems of our country. We as corporates believe that it's our duty, that we should support them. And Green Talks is one of such an initiative to give a platform to such social entrepreneurs. Well, I can say it is absolutely heart-touching to see the dedication and grit of the social entrepreneurs. I think they will be recognized. They are already being recognized, but now it is time that other corporations also should join hands, and we should give support to such entrepreneurs. So more and more entrepreneurs have the confidence to come up with their ideas and realize their ideas.